Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and they continue with Gothic II Night of the Raven. Now, I'm ready to go with Lares to recover the last of the ornaments to open the portal in the temple that the water mages are investigating. But before that, I can actually ask him a couple of questions.
Korzystałeś kiedyś z kamienia teleportacyjnego?
Nie, ale słyszałem o nich. Magowie wody nie mają jeszcze pewności, co z nimi robić.
Ja już jeden wypróbowałem.
Powinienem się był domyślić. Istnieje cokolwiek, na co byś się nie poważył? Jeśli nabierzesz ochoty na zabawę w teleportację, to pomów z karczmarzem Orlanem. Może wpuści cię do swej zamkniętej jaskini. Chyba trzyma kamień teleportacyjny w pobliżu swej gospody, na potrzeby magów wody. Wyjdź z miasta przez wschodnią bramę i idź wzdłuż ścieżki. Na pewno trafisz.
Okay, and I can ask him for help, which is really... It's not necessary, I don't think, but it's really helpful because the forest is dangerous for such a low-level, well, relatively low-leveled character as I am at this point.
Możesz mi towarzyszyć w drodze przez gęsty las na wschodzie?
Jasne. Tylko po co się tam zapuszczasz?
Nefarius prosił, aby poszukać dalszych ornamentów. Jedno z miejsc, które mam zbadać, znajduje się w środku tego lasu.
Rozumiem. Samemu to zbyt niebezpieczne. Nie ma sprawy. Daj znać, jak będziesz chciał ruszać.
Well,
Dobra, chodźmy.
Gdzie teraz?
Zapuśćmy się w ten gęsty las na wschodzie.
A więc ruszajmy. Chodź za mną.
I must say, the game is really running poorly, which is surprising to me because I am so over the recommended hardware, level that it's not even funny. It should have like, I don't know, 300 frames per second. And instead, it even, like, it visibly stutters a little, which is annoying, but I can't really think of a good way to fix that. And come on, that's not, like, that is actually annoying, and like to a quite major degree, to be honest. It shouldn't be like that. You can visibly see the screen stutter, which, is perhaps even more annoying to actually watch than to experience myself. Because I myself am, a patient guy. Like I can kind of deal with that. Although I would rather not, because there is no good reason for that. As I said, my setup exceeds the recommended, recommended level of hardware for this game by, like, huge amounts. Although I guess theoretically that might be part of the problem by itself, because...
Przemyślałeś to sobie? Naprawdę chcesz iść do tego miejsca?
Because some of those older games don't really know how to handle, for example, multi-core CPUs and stuff. So maybe that is the case. But I looked a little bit for like a fix online and stuff, and I found supposedly a file that was supposed to make my FPS higher, but it didn't really. At least I don't think it did.
Tak.
Dobrze, chodź za mną. To nie będzie przyjemne.
I've explored the first part of this forest just a little bit. Along this mountain range, I was in this cave where I defeated some bandits, but I need to go much deeper this time. I might have to look for a fix again, because it's a little ridiculous, to be honest, to have so much problems with so many problems with such an old game.
I jeszcze jeden!
Any other? Ah, there are some wargs. Well, this time I should be able to reliably kite them a little bit. For them to fall onto Lares, he says, as he's getting killed by them. Because wargs are literally 300 experience a piece, so it's nothing to scoff at. And he's literally immortal at this point in the game. So, and by he I mean Lares. So it would be foolish not to take advantage of that and not of his companionship.
I jeszcze jeden parszywy stwór załatwiony!
In addition to anything else, I can also get the pelts, which aren't that expensive, but still kinda useful. I'll try kiting this one as well. It's pretty close. Like, I won't go through all of the forest, you know, trying to kite every beast in the vicinity to him, because that would be, first of all, kind of annoying to do, and second, I would feel that would be a little bit of an exploit even. So I'll just settle for the ones that are close to the actual path. I wonder what Lares must think of me, you know, running around like an idiot, literally running in a circle, trying to avoid the wargs, while he is killing them. Any other monsters close by here? Like, if there was a shadow beast or something, I might benefit from kiting that as well. Oh! Speak of the devil. The major benefit of killing a shadow beast is that its pelt is very expensive. So not only is it a good source of experience, but also frick, I lost the path actually. But also a good source of money. I'm almost dead. And where is he? Ah, fighting the skeleton goblins. Okay, now kill the shadow beast as well. Do I have enough time to drink a potion? Okay, he's going to be concentrated on Lares now, which is okay, great. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Yeah, so a pelt of a shadow beast is 250 gold, which I can utilize on a variety of things. Now, before I activate the stone circle, I'm pretty sure there are like 3 wargs very close to the path, which it would be a huge advantage if I managed to get rid of them. Because I want to explore the rest of the forest later, once Lares leaves, but to do that, I need to first take care of the most dangerous creatures. Yeah, here are the wargs. I guess that's 2 of them, not 3. Should be able to kite them towards him. Frick, yeah, this is doable. And this is definitely doable. Although, I guess I could kill the wolf. Okay, I can't really concentrate on that for now. The wolves aren't really a problem because at this point they do such a minuscule amount of damage that they are not really a danger to me. The wargs are a different matter entirely. Like, if they catch me, I'm pretty much dead. Yeah. But I feel like it's worth it anyway, because not only is it literally like 600 experience, it also unlocks the path further, which I am going to take advantage of once I get the ornament. Okay, kited 1. I guess that is also some kind of a some kind of a solution to just kite 1 at a time. You can see the warg being blocked on the piece of terrain there. Come on, you're embarrassing yourself. Okay, and I'll get the other one, and this should enable me to go further later. As I said, I won't be kiting the entirety of the forest to Lares, because first of all that would be tedious, and second of all I feel like that's, you know, stretching the limits of what's acceptable in a gentlemanly society. However, I will kite this one warg. Okay, for a second there I thought he's going to ignore it, which, I'm not going to lie, would be majorly annoying. So far he doesn't have much success actually hitting it. Okay, I guess the beast has successfully changed focus onto him.
I jeszcze jeden parszywy stwór załatwiony!
Okay, now I'm finally ready to enable the stone circle, which will spawn another one of the guardians, but that isn't a problem because Lares is going to kill it. I guess I need to aggro it first. And here is...
Moje zadanie już skończone. Poradzisz sobie beze mnie. Czas się zmywać.
Here is the piece of the ornament, but I'm actually not going to leave the forest. I want to explore, well, maybe not all of it, that depends on how dangerous it is, but most of it while I'm here, just to scour it for experience, and then I'm going to follow this road over there, because there are still some other things that will be useful for me to find. Now, what kind of opposition can I expect here? Some kind of a ravine? There's a statue of Innos with an offering of gold, which actually reminds me, I'm finally at a level where praying to Innos and donating gold is actually no, not a bad idea, because I will mostly be getting upgrades to my dexterity. Damn it, more worked. I guess I'm not going this way. Upgrades to my dexterity and other statistics via the way of bonuses now, as opposed to sinking points into them. I will put points into the weapon fighting skills, specifically one-handed and bows, and that's going to require quite a hefty investment on its own. I guess I'll check the other side of the forest right here. So I remember there are some lizards and stuff. I should be able to handle lizards from now on. I just need to be careful about it. There's a cave as well, which actually isn't great because I'm pretty sure there's like a shadow beast inside. And as was demonstrated not that long ago, I can't really comfortably take down a shadow beast yet. Giant rats though, not a problem. Ah, okay. There are no shadow beasts here. This is actually a distillery. And you can only open this winch if you bought the mole rat fat. That's why I did. This is actually a part of a later quest later on in the game, but for now I can't really do much here, just rob it. As you can see, there's like a bajillion bottles of gin around, but I also got 400 experience just for entering it, so that is valuable on its own. The spirit of the wine. The power of the grape. I've tried a lot in my time, but this fruit that was brought to me from abroad last week has exceeded all expectations. The juice of this grape is fruitier than any you'll find in this part of the country. So far so good, but it still makes me nervous to think what might happen if I am caught in my secret still. I have no idea what the militia will do to me if they find me here. They might even throw me through the barrier. They've gotten suspicious. I'm going to go and leave this until things have calmed down a bit, and get back to work when I can be sure they are not onto me anymore. So as you can read, this distillery was in operation at the time of the barrier, and whoever was operating it was afraid of actually getting caught, so he stopped. We will actually find out who that is, but it's going to be much later in the game. For now, you know, just robbing it and getting the experience for actually getting inside was enough of a reward. I've actually leveled up because of that, which is not to be overlooked. Yeah, lizards. I should be able to handle the lizards if I am careful enough. Like, I need to kind of attract them one by one. I'm not sure if it's possible in such a group. But I guess worst case scenario, I should be able to handle 2 at a time. Obviously it would be best if there's only 1. Damn it, I must also change my armor actually, because the other one is noticeably better. Come on. Yeah, I'm not suffering that much damage. Like, there is some damage, but it's acceptable, basically. So I should be able to defeat this small pocket of lizards, and it's going to give me good experience. In many of those fights you can actually see the value of the crit, because without a good crit chance those fights would be pretty much impossible. Compare and contrast, you know, the regular amount of damage I do to the crit. Okay, another lizard. Great. Some miscellaneous stuff. That's a remnant of perhaps a trader's wagon, or, you know, some travelers that were killed. Hunting crossbow. That might have been useful to me if I was going for a crossbow, but I am not. Still, that's a good amount of healing herbs, which are also useful for restoring health when I run out of potions, which will obviously happen eventually, well, actually quite soon, if I keep chugging them at such a speed. A bunch of boars as well. But I should be able to take down the boars relatively easily with my bow. Field raiders, no problem either. There's like a small meadow here. I don't remember if there's anything super interesting there, but I guess I will see soon enough. Okay.
Nic tu nie ma.
I'm actually near the shoreline, as you can see from the map. So let's take care of the field raiders. I've become pretty comfortable fighting them. such a great chance isn't even that much of a problem. Some snappers. Now, snappers are dangerous, but again, I should be able to take them if I go one by one. But it's difficult because I think they actually... Oh, I guess they don't. Because I was afraid they sort of communicate... Oh! Well, I spoke too soon. As you can see, they actually attacked as a group, even though at first it seemed that I only kited one. But I guess snappers are pack animals, and they attack in groups. Even if you seem to only kite one, he sort of communicates with the others and they attack as one, which is dangerous, especially if there are multiple of them, as there are just up ahead, which presumably is going to be a bit of a problem. Well, first of all, I need to heal. That much is for sure. Okay, there are two here and two further away. So if I can draw these two, I should be able to take down two at once with some damage. Okay, that wasn't bad, to be honest. And I'm getting very good experience for that. That's 120 per one snapper, so not too shabby at all. That, on the other hand, was a sound... Oh, frick! Okay, there's no way I'm taking down an orc. At least not in melee. So I need to basically... Oh, I can't really outrun it because it's faster than me. I need to wait until it tires. It makes like a war cry, like a taunt, when it stops. Yeah, and if you continue running, it's going to retreat. Okay, but maybe I can take it down if I use the spells. Obviously that would be great experience too. Yeah, because I've got this Ice Lance, which is a pretty good spell. Let's see how much damage it does to an orc warrior. So I would like to, you know, clear out as much of this forest as possible. Freak. Okay, that's embarrassing. I need to have a good line of sight for it. Okay, to be honest, it's not great, although I still have the ice block spell, which worked decently enough so far, so it was 4. So let me grab it in the ice block and then... Frick. Yeah, that didn't work. I need to have it running at me, I guess. Okay, now fireball. And I should have enough time to finish it with a sword, especially because the ice block itself does damage over time. You can see its health diminishing. Okay. So, what else? There's a shadow beast, because I'm actually nearing the lighthouse, funnily enough, which, I might be ready to deal with the bandits inside the lighthouse, so I guess I'll try that in just a moment. Damn it, 3 snappers, but I should be able to take them. Yeah, that wasn't very clean, but it was effective enough. Yeah, I think I'll try my luck with the bandits, actually. So that will give me a hefty chunk of experience as well, because they are actually part of a quest. I can't take down the Shadow Beast yet. However, the bandits might be a possibility. Although even then probably not all at once. Yeah, here's the cave with the Shadow Beast where I was at the beginning of the game, but I'm too weak to actually defeat it. I could if I used most of my spells, I guess, but I'm not about to do that. I think there are 3 bandits in the lighthouse. Yes, the rest might be inside at this point. It's unadvisable to attack them all at once. Although, maybe I can survive it. Like, I have a... Oh, okay, I can't. I have a decent enough armor, but...
Zasłużyłeś na to!
But still, when they crit, they kill me easily enough. Did he fall from a roof? Like, it seems he climbed, instead of going past this little wooden fence, he actually climbed the roof and then jumped down. Okay, if only one of them kills me, that's going to be majorly embarrassing. So I can't really dream of a better situation than facing them one by one. Okay, that's one of them down. Okay, that's the other one. I guess the third one might have died, because they sometimes freak out and like jump from cliffs and stuff. But if he did, I'm not going to, cry over it. Like, it's 100 experience. It is a bummer, but not to a degree that would cause me to actually reload because of that. It's good to like look around and see if he hasn't like fallen from the roof or something, because as I said, that happens quite a lot. Actually, it did happen already with it did happen with Dexter back at his place, but he might still be inside the lighthouse, just on a higher level, or he might have fallen to his death on the cliffs here. The most important thing is so that he's dead. Like, it doesn't really matter how does that happen, but he must die if I am to finish the quest. And the quest actually gives me like 400 or 500 experience for finishing it, which is definitely not too shabby. Well, let's check the inside. There's a chest with some lockpicks, which is great on its own, actually. He might still be upstairs, kind of. But it's unlikely. He would have... I would have heard him, like, shouting and stuff. Yeah, so I guess he must have fallen to his death, hopefully. Because the problem is, if he's still alive somewhere, then the quest won't be completed. But, you know, worst case scenario, if he lives and is just, you know, and is just stuck somewhere because of a bug, and then he's going to reset the next day and return to the lighthouse. So that isn't that much of a problem. I guess I'll see when I have to hunt down the quest if he will actually, if the quest is going to be accepted. Okay, let's continue exploring the forest, because I've gone like through the northern border of it, kind of. So I guess now I can go through the south. So there's still plenty of beasts I can defeat. There are some that I cannot, but majority of them are like boars and lizards and field raiders. It's definitely worth trying to kill those for experience. A bunch of rats. And a bunch of wild swampweed, of all things. You can actually roll your own joints. It isn't like super interesting or effective or useful, but it's nice they thought of that. Well, I'm dead. It's nice they thought of that. Okay, more orcs. I guess I might have to give up on this part of the forest. Kind of. Like... I could navigate it, but it might be too annoying to actually do at this point. And I will be back eventually. So I guess let's give it a rest. For now. And instead, if I follow this path, there are some goodies to be found. Like nothing mind-blowing, but there's like a skeleton with some loot. As well as some scavengers, which scavengers are a great source of experience at this point, because they are very easy to defeat for me. Some bloodflies as well. Which bloodflies are also not a problem at this point. Some skeletons, which also are out of my league at this point. And there is this hunter slash vagabond here who can teach you how to shoot a bow, but I'm not going to actually use that.
Ty też uciekłeś?
Dlaczego tak uważasz?
Inaczej po co byś tu przychodził? Przecież tu nic się nie dzieje.
Prick.
Chcę się tylko trochę rozejrzeć.
Proszę bardzo, może kawałek pieczystego?
Chętnie.
Proszę, najprzedniejszy udziec kretoszczura, według mojego własnego przepisu.
Więc co tu właściwie robisz?
Jedynie tutaj odnajduję spokój. W mieście czuję się zniewolony i zaszczuty.
Nie musisz pracować?
Wszystko, czego potrzebuję, zdobywam sam. Robię strzały, a natura dostarcza mi pożywienia.
A więc jesteś myśliwym.
Można tak to ująć. Zabijam jednak tylko po to, by mieć co jeść, nie dla pieniędzy.
Yeah, he can teach me how to shoot a bow, but I'm not going to do that yet. I will eventually. I can try stealing from him, I guess. Just for the experience, more than for gold. Basically there's like this small plateau up here where there's a skeleton with some scrolls and stuff. There are a lot of things like that in Gothic, and I really appreciate that. It really makes, you know, exploring all of those locations a joy for me, especially because actually the scrolls are... oh, it was a King's Sorrel as well. The scrolls are actually very, very useful, as you could see up until this point. You know, they actually help you a lot in the beginning stages of the game, so it's not like you're finding stuff that isn't helpful. It is helpful, and in a quite major way at that. So not only are you having fun finding those things, but they also you know, markedly improve your chances of accomplishing something else later on. I should be able to make a drop somewhere around here. I guess I'll give up on exploring the rest of the forest for now. I will be back later, as I said. So I'll hand over the couple of quests at the Honor farmstead to the mercenaries, because I, for example, have Cipher's package of swampweed, which is going to fetch me a nice batch of experience. And after that, I guess I'm finally ready to return to the water mages. Can I drop here? I'm not really sure how to safely exit from here. Well, that was not the answer. There must be a way, right? Like, they wouldn't allow me to get into a location from which there is no escape. At least I don't think they would. Okay, I'm definitely not going to survive that, so I might have spoken too soon. Interesting. The problem here is I'm getting higher, not lower. Although there's like a cliff. Okay, this kind of worked, I guess. But I'm afraid to actually save here because okay, this worked quite well, and I'm actually still in the forest, just near Achilles' farm, which is great because there are some field raiders nearby, which I can defeat quite easily at this point. And they will give me more experience, so it's definitely worth doing that. Although actually, before I go to Honor's farmstead, it would be good to defeat the Black Troll, because I also have a quest to bring one of the mercenaries, the Black Troll's hide, and I'm going to get rewarded accordingly. Plus, even killing the Black Troll is going to give me a hefty chunk of experience, which ordinarily it would be very difficult, but I have a scroll of Shrink Monster, which is going to make it a triviality. So yeah, I think I'll go
Nic tu nie ma.
like alongside the eastern border of the forest, and then up there in the north you can see the Black Troll. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable enough plan, I guess. I can also pick up more experience along the way from the field raiders and all that. There are some creatures that are too dangerous for me to kill, namely, for example, those orcs over here, so I will have to avoid them, but there are still others that I should be able to defeat. Okay. Actually, lower skeleton, goblin skeleton. Maybe I can take one skeleton, because a skeleton is pretty much similar to any other humanoid enemy in their attack pattern. So maybe if I only aggro one, I can take it. But the problem with them is they hit pretty hard. This is a lower skeleton, so it's not that big of a problem. Went pretty well, but the problem will be the regular skeleton, this one with a two-handed weapon. Okay, I can't survive the skeleton and the goblin skeleton at once, so I guess I'm going to use a fireball to dispatch the goblin skeleton, because I remember that it goes down in one hit. And then I can concentrate on the skeleton itself. As you can see, it hits like a truck. Yeah. And my problem is actually reach, because with a two-handed weapon, the skeleton has a longer reach than I do with my sword. However, this is definitely doable. It just requires a bit of finesse. And perhaps also a bit of luck in terms of criticals and stuff. Yeah. That's basically the crux of the problem, that it has a longer range than I do. So sometimes when I parry and I want to counter-attack, I miss, and it hits me because its weapon is longer. I'm doing decent this time. Yeah, that was not too shabby, all things considered. Got around 500 experience out of this whole affair. It's like a mysterious place shrouded in, I don't know, mist or something. I'm actually back onto the... but it has to be a different road, right? No, wait. This still goes to the stone circle, so how did Lares not kill them when I was here? And that is the question. Yeah, that's the ravine with the wargs and the Shrine of Innes. So I can't really comfortably defeat them. However, I've been here. I've gone alongside this mountain range up until I reached the lighthouse, actually, near Khorinis. There's a sacred stone circle up there. You can see the mysterious lights. One of the hunters mentioned it, and it's actually going to be used later on in one of the major quests. For now, it's pretty dangerous, but I should be able to survive if I'm careful. I think that was a skeleton. Yep, a bunch of them. I can't take one, maybe, but there's no way I can take two. Now, if I position myself correctly, I might be able to stun lock it by attacking side to side. Not really. Doesn't work that well with creatures that can actually block. Frick. I guess I can use this. That's actually pretty effective. I'm still going to die though. I don't know how to effectively block those two-step combos they do. But the water lance was surprisingly effective against that skeleton. I'm kinda pleasantly surprised in that regard. So let's try it with the other as well, because the mine crawlers are not really a problem. I should be able to deal with them. Okay, that was definitely embarrassing. And to be honest, at this point it's par for the course. Like, I've displayed many a feat of boundless incompetence so far. Okay, so even if there are more of the skeletons, I can weaken them with the water lance and then finish them off in melee. As clunky as that is, it does kind of work. Okay, there is still the other branch of the mine. And I have a feeling there might be more skeletons there, but I don't really remember. I have flashbacks from the Tower of the Mist in Gothic 1, which was overrun by the undead. Okay, so there was nothing overwhelmingly useful in this mine, but I guess the experience itself was, you know, the most valuable thing I've got from this entire affair. Again, it was around, I don't know, 800 or something, which is not too shabby at all. There might be a stone tablet somewhere around here. Frick. Did I really? Really? Are you telling me I just blocked myself? Come on. Okay, hopefully I saved after I killed the skeleton. I'm pretty sure there is a stone tablet somewhere around here in like a pretty inconspicuous location. There are also a couple of skeleton goblins around, but first things first, to find that stone tablet. Yeah, it's down here. Okay, jump up. I should be able to defeat all of the enemies around the stone circle if I approach them carefully enough. Because I don't think there are any actual skeletons, there are only skeleton goblins, and skeleton goblins are a lot weaker compared to full-sized human skeletons. So overall I should be okay. Might be a good idea to actually use a scroll of light, because it's pretty dark and I wouldn't like to overlook. Do I even have a scroll of light? Guess I don't. I'll have to use a torch. I wouldn't like to overlook one of the stone tablets or something. Because I do remember there's at least one more laying somewhere around here. Yeah, right here. Okay, I might actually approach the stone circle itself. There is Dragomir's crossbow. Dragomir is the hunter that mentioned he was hunting around these parts. So that's yet another quest I'll be able to fulfill. I'm also pretty sure there are some more enemies. Like, there should be some skeleton goblins, although maybe they only appear in later chapters. I'm not quite sure. I usually don't venture that far. In the beginning chapters. Frick. Okay, that was a close call, but overall successful. Let's pick up the torch again. And I think there are some scavengers around as well. Indeed. Or is it only one? I guess it might be only one, but still. It's basically free experience. Okay, and this will lead me to the Black Troll eventually, in a short bit. So, this episode has been actually long enough, so I'm going to save here. And I'll go on to defeat the Black Troll in the next one. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!